weekend of football. And I've always been saying this is what we want. You know, when you have a title race like this, it makes things so interesting because in previous seasons, Mamelodi Sundowns have run away with this title like months before even the league finished because it was clear. But now we've got a two-horse race, and I think it's going to be one of the most exciting races we've seen in a long time. The result of Pirates over the weekend, they had to bounce back, obviously, after the disappointment of losing to Sundowns and then getting knocked out of the Nedbank Cup by Kaizer. And then Sundowns themselves have bounced back quite well because recently Miguel Cardoso has been under pressure and they've sort of come back in a very strong way. Yes, they were knocked out of the Nedbank Cup and that's a disappointment, but they're showing in the league that they're not going to give away the title that easily. So great weekend of football, and I hope it continues like this until the end of the season.
Yeah, in fact, one could even go as far as saying, yes, maybe it's a long shot to say Kaizer Chiefs are still in the mix there. It's interesting and good to see them too challenging for the top, spot of the league as well.
Yeah, look, Kaizer Chiefs, at some point I felt they were there. Coming into the new year, they were in the top three, and I felt that they had a good chance of, competing because they were doing very well defensively, not conceding a lot of goals and winning 1-0. They tend to say those are championship scores, but I think over the last, 3-4 weeks, it's kind of shown that they actually still have a long way to go because getting knocked out of the Nedbank Cup, getting knocked out of the Confed Cup when you were number one going into the final group stage matches, and then losing the last few Betway Premiership matches is a clear indication that there's still a lot of work to be done, and maybe they need to look into what's happening there in the technical team. I think they need a bit more certainty